often we are all but left to question whether or not if our governments overly care about that of their common people. And often I feel like I have to repeat myself repeatedly, despite this being a common known fact among some of us, that most people don't care if their governments care for them or not. And that has been a fundamental problem within this society that we live in, is that when our governments don't care for us, often they will abuse us in the wake of the postmodern age. Unlike any other time in history, we have never seen such an influx of corruption and criminal negligence carried out against our people than that of the current paradigm, the current system. And no one cares. No one cares that so much corruption has been uncovered. And often I have to sit here and repeatedly say it as though it has been normalized. It's been normalized that we are slaves. I pretty much have already made that abundantly clear. But apparently people just don't care. That's happening to them. That unlike any time in given human history, nothing to this scope has ever been uncovered. Such corruption, such criminal negligence, it's beyond recognition. And the fact that people don't care that's happening to them really shows you what's happening to our society. People have been so normalized to this that they don't care anymore. They don't care that their own government has literally become corrupt and tyrannical. That they don't care that it's so corrupt that the corruption is just there, out in the open. That it's mind-babbling to know that people just don't care. And often that's the greatest of all mistakes within our society, is that people don't care that our own government and regime is actually this corrupt, and that unlike any time in given history, it has been uncovered, and that people are not willing to voice their discontent for the system. Rather, that is our undoing, and that's our biggest mistake within an advanced civilization such as this, is that people are not willing to speak out. And that this will continue unless we actually do take some form of action, either on a political, social, or economic level. If we withdraw our conformed consent, surely that would make a difference. But on the other hand, I don't think it will make much of a difference if people don't simply care. If people just simply don't want to care. That all this corruption is out and open, unlike any time in given history, and it's like it's been normalized, and how people just don't care. And often that is our greatest mistake of the entire people, is that no one cares. Why? Because they don't care about anything, because they've been normalized to this corruption, negligence of our own system, our government, our own institutions as such, to which they just go back to sleep when it's uncovered, as though they have been dehumanized and literally and figuratively turned into slaves, unable just to give two cares, knowing that this is just unraveling around literally underneath their noses, and that it's not a big deal that it's happening. Rather, it is, because it shows how bad it really has profoundly gotten, and how society has literally profoundly become rotten to allow such a thing. Maybe that is the problem, is that people don't care enough. And that maybe the system is truly rotten. It is out to this scope of this degree. Imagine how profoundly worse it is. And maybe that's our given problem, is that we don't care enough. And maybe we should take action, in a sense. And otherwise demand reform and change. Because if the corruption and criminal negligence of our own bureaucracy, our own hierarchies out to this degree, my God, imagine what is behind closed doors, people. Imagine what we don't know. That makes it all the more worse. And that's our problem, is that we should start caring and demand change. for the common good of our own societies. For if not, it's going to just get simply much more worse. Do I need to repeat myself? It's going to get worse, people. It's going to get even more hereditary, even more disgusting. And it's outrageous that no one even gives one or two thoughts to this one, but recognize realistic fact is that if people don't care enough, then it's going to go unchallenged and it's continue to grow like a cancer within our civilization as it already but seemingly has. Maybe we should start caring. Maybe that's our problem. And maybe we need to start actually paying more attention and demand reform or change of some kind that actually bring about change. Or else there's nothing else we can do because it's already seeped into the cracks of our own society. Straight to the top, straight to the bottom. And then there's nothing worth a damn we can do. Maybe we should start actually doing something rather than nothing.